This is Crocker Park in downtown Sacramento, where hundreds of people are already lined up for the March for Our Lives rally. They are going to make their way from here in just a few minutes down to the state capitol, where they plan to call for an end to gun violence. You can see they're carrying signs. One young girl, 10 years old, has one that says, "Fear has no place in schools." The main message is enough. These people want to see an end to gun violence and have their schools be a place that not only are safe for their kids, but where their kids aren't scared to go.
Yeah, when you find out, let me know.
All right, this family has come all the way from Fairfield to the March for Our Lives rally. This is Morgan, the patriarch of the family. Morgan, what made you want to come out here today?
Just to put an end to the things that are happening, and there's no reason to have these assault rifles out on the streets. It's too easy to get them, and the wrong people are getting them, and so I think it's just time. It's way overdue.
Now, do you get nervous sending your kids to school anymore these days?
Sure.
Your mom's nodding her head,
Sure,
Jamie.
every day. You just never know who's going to show up and what they're going to do.
The school that we're at is we call it our bubble because we feel pretty safe. It's a K-8 school, but you can't anymore. And that's why we went there, is because we felt like it was safer. But we're not. Nobody's safe anymore until something changes. And I'm tired. I'm tired of dropping my kids off. I'm gonna start crying. I don't want to feel the way I feel when I drop my kids off at school. And yeah.
I don't really blame you. Well, now let's talk to the kids in question. So, Morgan, you're 10 years old.
Uh-huh.
Do you think about this when you go to school?
Yeah, sometimes, when it happens, I get kind of scared sometimes, and I think about what I should do, when I see somebody come, and so.
Now, what do your teachers tell you when these things happen?
They try to hide it and not tell people so they don't really freak out and get scared of school. But they tell you if somebody comes, you hide or you run.
So you do practice for these things?
Yeah.
Now, these things are going on even though they sort of, not sweep it under the rug, but, try to take it easy on you when you're in school. Would you feel better if they talked about it more openly?
Yeah, I would, because you really never know when things are going on. So if you knew that those things were going on, I think you would be ahead of the game and know what you should do if somebody comes.
I tell you what, I wish I was as smart as you when I was 10. All right, and Destiny, you are 13, so it's K-8. Do you both go to the same school?
Yes. I'm in 7th grade and he's in 4th. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you the same thing. What goes through your mind when you see something like Parkland, Florida, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School happen?
It's definitely, scary because I feel like probably about 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought that, this stuff would be happening, and I don't think it should be happening at this time. And yeah, it is scary because I do feel like, same as Morgan, that we should practice it more and be more prepared. But I think that now that this is happening, I think that it has some hope for the future, and hopefully we'll be the generation that stops this from happening more.
Well, what do you think about this? This is not just a nationwide movement. The reports I'm hearing are that it's happening all over the world, and it started essentially by people your age. What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I think it's really cool. My mom, she was saying how she wishes that their generation would have done it for us. And while that's sad and stuff, I feel like that it will happen with us. So it's very inspiring for us. That's cool.
Now, do you feel like, God forbid, if something crazy were to happen at your school, that you're prepared? Like you would know what to do?
I think that what my family has taught us to do, and like when it happened more often, especially with Parkland, me and my brother, we were more prepared about what to do. So I think we would make the right decision if it did happen.
All right. Well, I hope you're right about that.
Yeah,
I hope it never happens.
Me too.
Thanks so much for that. Another family that wants to stop the end of the violence and have their kids safe at school. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, so from right to left, this is Alicia, Kathy, Teresa, and Joel. Alicia has come from the Bay Area, Kathy from Davis, and Joel and Teresa are from Grass Valley. Folks, I'll start with you, ladies first. What made you want to come out here today?
I wanted to come out here today because I have three children and 8 grandchildren. And my grandchildren are worried. They're in high school and college and school, and it isn't a safe place. We need some common sense gun laws.
And as a grandparent, I'm sure you do plenty of worrying even without this.
Yes, I do.
All right. Joel, how about you? How come you wanted to come out today?
I want to put the priority of protecting children and life rather than the gun lobbies getting richer and richer, and their manipulativeness. So that's what I'm here for.
All right. And Kathy, how about you?
Enough is enough. Too many children have been lost, and no more.
And Alicia?
I have 3 very young children, and they don't know about any of this yet. So when they start to learn about it, I want to be able to tell them that I did something, that I'm trying to fight this violence.
How old are they?
3, 6, and 8.
So you got a couple of them that are in school.
Yeah. They don't know about it yet, though, but I want to support the high school students who are really mobilizing. It's so exciting to see this group of young people.
Well, and let me ask you some of the same things that I've asked some of these other folks. I mean, is this something that goes through your mind when you drop your kids off at school?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, what do you think about it?
I think every parent, it's going through their mind. They're going to have active shooter drills next week scheduled. So it's frightening.
But does it make you feel better that they're preparing them and talking about it a little bit?
Of course, and I think that schools are starting to do that shows that this movement is starting to get people thinking about making a difference, even though a lot needs to happen. This is a movement, and it's good to join in on the momentum while it's going on.
And that's the thing I love about this movement the most. Doesn't matter how young or old you are, everybody is out to support. Thanks, folks. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Harper and Eleana, they are 11 and 10 years old, respectively. We are talking from left to right here, and they are out here also for the March for Our Lives. Harper, I will start with you. What made you want to come out here today?
I don't know. I just thought it would be a good chance to just help.
Do you get nervous when you go to school when you think about these things?
Sometimes I think about it, yeah.
And what do you think about when you do?
It sort of feels like, it's not good at all. Like, it's just like, what if that happened, like, here,
Well, at your school, what do they do? What do they talk to you about?
We don't really talk about it that much, actually, at school. It's mostly, we don't really talk about it.
Do any kind of safety practice drills or anything like that?
I mean, a little bit, but not that much.
Would you like them to do more?
It might be a good idea. We do like one lockdown drill a year.
I'm sorry, you do what? Tell me what you do again, Eliana.
We do one lockdown drill a year, but because we have like gates like all around our school, and they're like you can't get in them without like a certain like key or something. But yeah, our teacher, she talks about it a little bit. But sometimes it's just scary to think that like just like some states away that there's been like that going on.
Yeah, I mean, do you think about that when you go to school?
Well, a little bit, because it's like
what if it happens here?
Yeah, well, the big question is, do you generally feel safe when you're at school?
Yeah, it's a safe environment, sort of, yeah.
And you feel like your teachers and the other faculty and staff are looking out for you?
Yeah. Like, I've gone to that school since I was like 3, so I know everybody there really well. So, yeah.
Does that help having a tight-knit community like that? Like you all would look out for each other?
Yeah.
All right. Very good,
Yeah,
ladies.
you've known them for so long. So.
All right. So I'll ask you the same question. What made you want to come out here today?
Because it's not right, like, shooting kids, like, just because of something that happened, like, maybe a long time ago or, like, in your past or something. Like, I don't think it's right.
And what do you think of all these people coming out here to support you?
It's crazy. There's a lot of people. Like, I haven't really gone to, like marches before and stuff, so this is my first one.
Probably won't be your last, right?
Yeah.
But I bet it means a lot knowing you got a lot of support of people of all ages.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good, ladies. Harper and Eleana, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Guns down! Youth up! 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 Guns down! 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 Youth up! Guns down! Youth up! Guns down! Youth up! Guns down!
For this group to make its way from Crocker Park down Capitol Mall and all the way here to the state capitol, they continue to pour in by the hundreds, and it looks like a crowd that's going to be in the thousands here at the state capitol today. And they plan to make their voices heard.
You can pre-register to vote.
Teacher, register to vote, sir?
One of the things they're doing is not only giving people the opportunity to register to vote themselves, but they're reminding people that in California, young people can pre-register to vote when they're in high school so that that registration is in place and ready when it comes time for them to take their first vote.
People from different sizes, shapes, and colors, mothers and fathers, everybody, grandmothers. This is about all of us. Come on up. This is what the youth is asking for. They want the parents involved in this. Come on up. Come on, don't be shy. Let's multiply. Come on up.
Steinberg, still sporting the St. Baldrick's haircut. Well
Still
done
haven't-
on that, sir.
Not growing back fast enough.
Yeah, but it looks great.
Thank
so
you.
I'm going to ask you the obvious question. Why did you want to come out and support this group today?
Well, I'm here to support young people and to thank them for being leaders and insisting that the nation change around issues of gun violence and that people in positions of authority change the law. You know, where our generation has failed to change the gun culture, they have, I think, the opportunity and now the power and the voice to be able to really say common sense must prevail here. You know, it's one thing to say, you know, guns are okay for hunting, for sport, but there's absolutely no reason and no rational reason why anyone should have a rapid-fire weapon that can indiscriminately kill more than one person at a time. One person is too many. And so I'm out here to thank young people, but also to say this is your time. And I hope that this continues. This is how the Vietnam War ended. This is how civil rights movement was actually accomplished. And here we are today in Sacramento, but throughout the entire country, young people by the hundreds of thousands. Change can happen, and they are the change.
Now, you spent some time in this building. Do you
Yes.
think these people's voices will make an impact?
Yes, but I don't think this building is the problem. California has passed the most far-reaching gun safety laws in the country. I'm sure there's more to do. I know there is, but really it's a federal problem. It's a congressional problem. It's that the NRA seemingly holds the Congress and the president hostage. I mean, the president of the United States says, I am for you know, regulating assault weapons, and then 2 days later, after having lunch with the NRA, says, well, now it's too difficult politically. Okay, that tells you everything you need to know.
Very good. Mayor Darrell Steinberg, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Ron.
it.
Okay.